What up, world? Nicholas Coriano here. I wanted to share with you guys today an investment model I have at my company, Homescape LLC. I'm going to draw it out here on this little whiteboard. This whiteboard is occupied today. If you don't know who I am, went to business school, went to law school. I'm a full-time business consultant. And today I'm going to show you what I call my investment thesis for Homescape LLC. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It all starts with a seed. So if you look there, you can't really see it, but I'll zoom in. There's the seed, very small. Now, if you can follow this analogy, it'll serve you well, okay? Because it really works for all type of businesses, all type of investments. It all starts with a seed investment. It's very small. A seed doesn't cost a lot of money. That's why you start with one when you're in business. And once you plant that seed, the next step is to water it, protect it from hurricanes, make sure it grows. In that watering phase, right, when you're watering it and the trunk is growing, you're not making any money. You're literally putting in and putting in and putting in and putting in. Now, don't take that literal, because you could chop down this wood and sell it for firewood, right, and actually make some money. But you're watering it. You're reinvesting into this model. And once it grows, what ends up happening is you end up getting a little tree like this. So after 3 years, if you water it, you get a little tree like this, and eventually it starts bearing fruit. Put another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here, and you start getting little, what I call apples. I like to consider this a fruit tree. Okay, now, once you have this investment, right, let's say it's a website, you grew it, and now it starts producing cash. Or let's say it's real estate, right? You can just buy the whole tree established. Or a retail brand, a fashion brand, right? Like this. You start producing the shirts, you start marketing and marketing and marketing over time. Eventually you start selling one, you start selling two, you start selling three, and now you start making some money. I have a thesis for how we distribute the cash that gets produced, right? So part of it, excuse me guys, part of it, let's say these amount of apples here get eaten. I call this eat. You need to eat, right? We all need to eat. You need to put it back in your stomach. You need to be fed, okay? Part of these, and it doesn't have to be too many on this section, right, are replanted. So I'll put this over here, replant. Also known as reinvested, okay? So we're replanting these. What does that mean? That means we're breaking those apples open. We're taking the seeds out of there. By the way, each of those apples has seeds in them. So you should be able to plant, I don't know, call it 9 more trees here. All right. Or call it 6 because I don't have space. So there, right? These are 6. So you replant these. These are going to take time to grow. So you're going to need money to water these, right? You're going to need money to water these. And that's why with the final apples here, you're going to sell these. Okay? So there's 3 portions of my investment model. And this really works with, it can work with a stock portfolio, right? You put in one stock with a dividend that produces a dividend, and then when that dividend comes out, you do these 3 things with it. But the model's pretty simple, right? You sell some, you eat some because you have to eat, and you replant some, which brings you to these. These need to be watered. They need to be taken care of. They need sunlight. They need to avoid hurricanes. They need to make sure wolves don't come after it and eat all the apples, or they need to make sure a deer doesn't come by and eat all the trees. So you need to protect the investment, right? And that takes a little bit of money, and that's why we sell some of the apples here. But this is my motto at Homescape LLC. Just wanted to share that with you guys. So every time we bring in revenue at my company, this is what we do with the revenue, literally dollar for dollar, right? Most of it goes into replanting it because I can eat off of 1 apple, right? So I'm pretty lean in the way I operate, so I don't need to eat a lot of them. And the earlier on you are, the more lean you have to be. If you can survive without much at the beginning, you're going to do really well. But eventually you'll have a whole orchard, right? And if you keep following this model, it'll keep growing. You'll keep having more apples to sell, which means your income will keep going up, right? Your money will keep actually rising the more trees you plant, and you'll get fatter if you keep eating. But hopefully there's a run, right? You don't need to keep eating. Like some people just want to get fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter, right? But you don't need to keep eating. unless you want nicer things, right? Which is acceptable too. It's okay too. But this is the model. I wanted to share that with you. I'm kind of making little training videos for people that are joining my company from the beginning so they understand my business models. So this is what I call my holding model, the Homescape LLC holding model. This is what we do with all of our businesses, from the Run to the Bag t-shirt and clothing brand and hat brand, to Nicholas Coriano, the business consulting brand, to Homescape with a K, HOMESKAPE.com. Check that out. It shows you our real estate holdings. This is what we do with all the money we get in. We take some, we feed ourselves, right? We issue salaries or paychecks to people. We sell some, right? So and then we replant some. So we reinvest. We really reinvest most of it. And that's because we want a really big orchard. I hope you guys are great. Hope you guys are rocking. If this was helpful, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the page if you want to see more. Talk soon, guys.